We've been reporting here for much of this past year on the dangerous electrical conditions on U.S. bases in Iraq. As many as 18 of our troops have been electrocuted there. Now, amazingly similar dangers are facing our troops in Afghanistan. CNN has learned that dangerous electrical wiring and improper electrical grounding, similar to what has been found in Iraq, now exists on U.S. bases in Afghanistan, according to several electricians and soldiers assigned there. CNN Special Investigations Unit correspondent Abby Boudreau has our report.
Norris Rogers could not believe what he saw when he worked as an electrician on a U.S. base in Afghanistan.
As a complete whole, the electrical work at the camp was very dangerous. And I don't think it would be an exaggeration to say that I don't believe any of it was done safely. By far, these was the worst conditions that I'd ever seen, and I believe that they were very dangerous.
Jeff Bliss says he saw the same thing in Afghanistan when he worked there as an electrician.
Yes, sir.
Last year, he testified to Congress that the largest U.S. contractor in Afghanistan, KBR, was not doing safe electrical work.
The carelessness and disregard for quality work at KBR was pervasive. I saw firsthand how KBR's carelessness unnecessarily put people's lives in danger.
Jeff Bliss and Norris Rogers, who each have more than 20 years electrical experience, are just two of the 5 electricians who tell CNN they personally witnessed dangerous electrical conditions. These photos taken in Afghanistan, they say, show dangerous wiring, overloaded or badly wired circuit panels, and improper wiring that caused fires. The electricians we spoke to worked there for KBR in 2005 and 2006. All 5 said they felt their warnings to KBR management about electrical dangers were ignored. KBR has been criticized for much of the electrical problems on bases in Iraq and is being sued for the deaths of 2 soldiers who were electrocuted there, including Sergeant Ryan Mason, a Green Beret soldier from Pittsburgh, who in early 2008 was electrocuted while taking a shower. The Army's lead investigator examining that case recently wrote that there's credible information that KBR's negligence led to Mace's death, and that she would recommend Mace's cause of death be changed to negligent homicide. The Army has yet to make a final ruling. Army inspectors in Iraq recently found KBR failed to do proper electrical wiring on bases there and said electric shock incidents were occurring on average every 3 days for nearly 2 years, and that the company was in serious violation of its contract. Norris Rogers was so disturbed by what he saw in Afghanistan, he wrote this letter in 2005 to KBR officials about a U.S. base in Kabul. In general, he wrote, the electrical power systems in the camp can be described as a disaster waiting to happen, and there are extreme dangers of shock hazards and fire hazards. He says he left Afghanistan shortly after that. KBR would not comment on specific criticisms about the company's work in Afghanistan, but the company has consistently denied any improper electrical work or responsibility for deaths or injuries. Adding in an email to CNN, the electrical standards in Iraq are nowhere near those of Western standards, so we are adapting to an environment that existed long before KBR got on the ground in Iraq and Afghanistan.
I mean, there's something horribly wrong here.
Senator Byron Dorgan held hearings last year on base wiring dangers.
But would you trust that your child would be safe, knowing what you know?
Yeah, I don't think the problem has been fixed. I don't think at this point the Pentagon has bitten the bullet to say, we're going to fix these problems in a very significant way, and we're going to cause contractors to be accountable for their work. I think as a result of it not being fixed, I think there are risks.
Not just in Iraq.
I think it appears to me, based on testimony I've received from people who worked for Kellogg Brown and Root, the contractor, in both Iraq and in Afghanistan, I think some of the same problems exist in both war theaters.
The Pentagon told CNN that it considers electrical dangers to be a serious issue, and that widespread inspections are underway in Afghanistan as well as Iraq to be sure that unsafe electrical conditions do not exist, and to ensure that all future installations comply with U.S. electrical code. Lou, we have also spoken to several soldiers who were stationed in Afghanistan. At least 2 say they were shocked in showers. Now, since 2003, at least 18 soldiers are known to have died in Iraq by electrocution, many while in U.S. bases being managed by various U.S. contractors, including KBR. Lou?
Abby, thank you very much, Abby Bedreau. Our poll results